Hello, Africa. My name is Eunice Tony, and this is eTVGhana's African Women's Voices Show. It is the show that tackles issues pertaining to women as they contribute to national development. I like the way we've all been, having conversations on our social media pages, and the interaction has been quite interesting. And I'm so happy that today the guest we promised you is here with me, and she's going to be telling us a lot more about a virtuous woman of the 21st century. So I needed to pull your seats very close to your sets. However, before we get her to begin to speak to us, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors. They are the people who are making it possible for this show to be coming to you. We are live right now on eTV Ghana and also on our Facebook page at eTV Ghana. So if you are yet to join us, please do the joining right now and click on the share button and begin to let people know that we are live, okay? So Chana Shito is Ghana's #1 pepper sauce. So if you've not tried it, I need you to do so. I keep saying it. And the interesting thing about Chana Shito is that we've got variants. If you like your spices really hot, we can have it for you. If you also want it mild, we also have a variant for you. Just go to the nearest shop and ask for Chana Shito, and you will be tasting something really different in your cooking. And Lizzie's tomato mix has made it wonderful for me to enjoy my jollof rice this evening. I ate jollof rice and I used Lizzie's tomato mix to make that jollof. It tasted really good. If you've not tried it as well, I need you to go to your vendor and ask them particularly to give you Lizzie's tomato mix. Their number is right now at the base of your screen. You can use Lizzie's tomato mix to prepare any kind of dish that you need tomatoes for. And I'd like to hear your testimonies after you've used it. All right? And oh, my hair. It has been put together by Awo's Hair. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Awo's Hair. And what I like about Awo is that she's really patient and she's really ready to give you exactly what you want. So if you want that hair maker who would give you premium customer service, even when it means you calling her to come to your home, she will do that. Door-to-door services, Awo's Hair will do that for you. So I need you to call her right now because the number is scrolling at the base of your screen. I also have another person who makes me really look good, and that is Afariwa Styles. Check out my sleeves. I'm loving it so much. Afariwa is the one who takes care of my dresses, and every time I come, I always look really splendid. Afariwa is into contemporary ladies and gents outfit, and it's already made. So no more disappointments from those dressmakers who tell you to come today and come tomorrow, and they keep hiding from you. They don't want to pick your calls because they know they're going to disappoint. With Afariwa Styles, you just walk in, you fit the dress. If it works, you move out with it. They've also gotten gift vouchers, and with these vouchers, you get the chance to get your loved ones exactly what they want because they go in there and find what they love, and then they wear them. You can find Afariwa Styles on Facebook and Instagram at afariwa.styles. The interesting thing about them is that also do home services. If you call them to come and check you out, they will do that as well. Delivery services are also available, so please check them out. If you want to go physically to their office as well, you can find them at Osu or at the Rasta Road at Teshi. Either of these two locations will definitely help you to get to meet Afariwa. Or give them a call because their number is right now at the base of your screens. So I'm going to be connecting you right now to the 60 seconds update. All right, when we return, the conversation continues, so do not go away.
Christabel Ofori, the Chief Executive Officer of Afkalo Ventures, says a deliberate national strategy is needed to ensure made-in-Ghana products find their way onto shelves of mainstream shops. Speaking during an on-air series, she singled out sales and marketing as critical needs for her business, which is known for the Flow Care Beauty brand of natural skin and hair care products. Mrs. Ofori noted that there was only so much capacity building entrepreneurs could do without support from retailers. She said, "You do a lot of these courses and read online and train yourself, but we just need the opportunity. You go to a lot of these marts and shops and it is like they are not ready to even take the product and try." The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Madam Shirley Ayokoboche, on Tuesday hailed the level of cooperation between Ghana and Jamaica. particularly in the areas of trade, health, and education. She recalled the long-standing friendly relations that existed between Ghana and Jamaica based on shared values and mutual respect, and acknowledged that the relations between the two countries had grown from strength to strength. The minister said this when she received letters of credence from Mr. Esmond St. Clair Reid, the Jamaican High Commissioner designate to Ghana in Accra. Ohenere Gifty Auntie, media personality and host of the Standpoint show, has reacted to the death of the social activist and the hashtag Fist the Country campaigner Ibrahim Kaka Anyas. Pondering over circumstances leading to his death, Gifty Auntie wondered why some Ghanaians have become too intolerant to the extent of killing someone who is fighting for his rights and that of others. The happenings surrounding the death of Kaka speaks ill of the Ghana Police Service, the Nana Danko Akufo-Addo-led government, and the country as a whole.
And you're welcome back to eTV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. Earlier, we put out our infographics. You know, every week we give you information about women and what's happening with them around the world. When we give you the 6 seconds update, we give you our infographics as well. And today we are talking about cancer. And it has to do with the fact that the National Cancer Institute estimates that 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer during their lifetime. Preventing gynecologic or breast cancers isn't always possible, but taking measures like eating a balanced diet, maintaining a healthy weight, and engaging in regular physical activity may help. So, for you to keep enjoying the infographics, I need you to keep watching eTV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. So now, I'm going to be introducing our guest. I hope you're all ready. We're going to be introducing her in a very special way. You know, she is a doctor, she's a business owner, and she also is the first lady, you know, of a church, which we are going to be showing to you and talking to you about later on in the conversation. So she's got a lot of, you know, capes that she wears. And today she's going to be wearing all of those capes in the conversation. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, join me as we make welcome Reverend Dr. Davina Makwe. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let me do our usual drum roll. I hope you're clapping wherever it is you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're looking lovely.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much.
For so long.
Yes. Hey, people, please. This is my doctor as well. So you see, the conversation will be so smooth because we talk from time to time, and I'm really happy that she's having to also talk to much more women through the program. So she's also the Chief Medical Officer of Northridge Clinic, which is just not far away from the Ring Road, around the Total filling station, very strategically positioned. You see her picture, she's married to a Reverend Minister. Yeah. So what was happening here? Were you making some donations here?
Yes, we're making some food donations during the COVID time last year. So the people around church who, you know, were struggling to make ends meet, to find food to eat, we gathered some food together. And this was actually pioneered by my youngest son, Darren.
Wow.
Yes. Darren.
Thank you,
and
Darren.
his friends, put that together, and
you supported it.
Yeah, we're able to give over 100 families some food.
Oh, that's
that
interesting.
Season. Yeah.
I saw something again, John. If you can go back to it, where she is the mirror model mother. Good. Wow. So it means we have the right person here to talk to us about the 21st century virtuous woman. Nice. Congratulations on that once again.
Thank you.
So please tell us, according to Proverbs 31, could we just, you know, talk about who a virtuous woman is?
So, I mean, according to Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman is described as a woman of valor. Okay, so the Greek word used there for the virtuous woman is a word pronounced kayil.
Kayil. Wow.
And kayil is a woman of strength. She's a force to reckon with. She's a woman that fears the Lord. She's a woman that loves the Lord, and she loves the people around her. She loves her family, and she loves all those who are in her sphere of influence. The Bible describes her there as a gem, a rare gem, a ruby. So that means she's very, very needed in the lives of people. That the death of a dependency is so great, because you know how gems are so precious and also difficult to get to. And also that brings me to, I mean, women. You may not have started, you know, from a good background, because you know sometimes gems are covered with a lot of debt. But I came to assure you that you still have the Proverbs 31 woman in you if you know how to access it and bring it out of yourself. It doesn't matter the circumstances that you may find yourself in now, or, you know, the family you are coming from or wherever. Don't think that the Proverbs 39 woman or the virtuous woman is only for a certain category of women. Sometimes you may not start right, but with the right direction and the right focus, you end up where God wants you to be.
Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. I like the way you've put it, because today we'll be able to differentiate between certain perspectives that people have gotten, and we'll make them understand. Because you said something around the fact that you may not have started right, but with the good direction, you're likely to become a virtuous woman. So if you ask people around town today, the thinking is that the virtuous woman is the woman who lived in the times of our mothers and grandmothers. They are the ones who depended on their husbands for ideas. They spoke less, they were seen less, they were very domesticated. And today's woman is the empowered, industrious woman who is very, very independent. And most of the time, this kind of woman is placed in a category whereby it's believed that a lot of them end up not getting married because they are too proud or too career driven, or even if they get married, they end up divorced. So this is how people have separated womanhood. There's this kind of virtuous woman who is supposed to be domesticated, and then there's other woman who is so career oriented and has little or no respect for men. So today, what I need you to help us do is, can we find a virtuous woman who has got the qualities that are being looked upon as being too independent or career driven? So are people actually making the wrong notion by making people feel that if you're a virtuous woman, you're not supposed to be independent, you're not supposed to be career driven, and all of that? That's what I wanted to actually talk about today.
Okay. I think people have a wrong notion about the virtuous woman, because if you read Proverbs 31 from verse 10 to 31, that gives us the story of the virtuous woman. You realize that this virtuous woman was career driven. Yeah, because it says that she wakes up very early in the morning and goes to sell her goods. Yes, you see. So this virtuous woman is, you would describe as, the 21st century woman. Because, I mean, the fact that you have a career or you have an ambition doesn't mean that you cannot be a virtuous woman. This woman was very ambitious. She was very career driven. She was into business, She was into real estate. She wore a lot of caps, but she was still a virtuous woman. So the fact that, you are all this, you are into, a lot of things in the world, or you are high up in industry, doesn't mean that you cannot have the qualities of a virtuous woman. Or the fact that, you are into career and all that doesn't mean that you should disrespect men. I think women have taken it also overboard. You get me? A virtuous woman is one who is able to combine being high up the ladder and still be able to humble herself, you get me, in the home and do what she has to do. And I think we shouldn't, throw away maybe the way our mothers used to live. Because, hey, when you look at it, they did better in terms of marriage, raising their children.
They stayed longer in their homes.
They stayed longer in their homes. So I think we should pick, those qualities that they had, and still, add our ambition and our drive and all that. I think the woman that is described here had all those things that, women today want. But she also had other things that maybe a lot of women today don't have. And I think if we study the characteristics of her and the qualities that she had and add it to what we have, I think we're going to be that super kind of woman that God wants us to be.
Fantastic,
yes.
Doctor.
Yes.
I like how you're making it sound right now, because I want us to know the qualities of the virtuous woman right after this break. Do not go away. You're welcome back to eTVGhana's African Women's Voices show. Your Monday night on eTVGhana just got better. A cheating and irresponsible husband with a lazy wife coming together as one family. How are they going to raise their children? Between an old church elder and a new pastor, who is to keep the church money? Tune in this and every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. for an exciting and hilarious episode of the all-new Ewiyenia Sem series, starring Akwesi Bwedi, who is Akrobeto, Kofi Ajololo, and other amazing actors. eTVGhana remains your world of quality entertainment. So before we went on the break, we're going to talk to you about the qualities of the virtuous woman. Doctor has already made us to understand that this virtuous woman, as explained in Proverbs 31, also reflects in today's woman. So when people come to distinguish and say, okay, the domesticated woman is the virtuous one, the independent woman or career-driven woman is not virtuous, she wants us to understand that, no, we don't have to have such parity. We can have a blend of these qualities in one woman for her to be a fully seen virtuous person. So now we're going to find out the qualities of this virtuous woman that you can add on, or maybe look at yourself. You could begin to take some things out. Maybe those things don't really work for you anymore. You want to be a new person, and that's the whole idea. So Doctor, please tell us, what are the qualities of this virtuous woman?
Yeah, just before I go to the qualities, I just want to add something that the Bible teaches us, that man cannot be without woman, neither does woman, survive without man. And you can find that in 1 Corinthians 11:11. So, I mean, the fact that, you are high up there as a woman, you shouldn't think that you don't need a man for anything, because from Genesis, the Bible teaches us that it's not good for man to be alone. So God created woman so that man and woman can be companions of each other. That's the first thing, can help each other. For example, you have an egg. If you want to have a baby, you need a sperm. So man cannot be without woman, neither can woman be without man. And then the third reason why God says it's not good for man to be alone is for multiplication. So if you want to go forward in life, you need to have a blend of the two. So now let's talk about the qualities of a virtuous woman.
Amazing.
The first one I want to talk about is the Bible says that she is priceless. So young ladies, middle-aged ladies, whoever, let's make ourselves priceless, especially in terms of relationships. I tell the young ladies, please play hard to get. You get me? Yes, it's difficult to go find your diamonds and go find your gold. They have to dig deep to find it. So don't make yourself a surface type of material. Yeah. Let the men, dig deep before they get to you. You get me? Because when you are easy to get, they don't respect you. So the Bible describes a virtuous woman as priceless. So we have to learn to be priceless. Again, I go to the scripture that says it's not good for man to be alone. So without woman, there's a problem. So let your presence be felt wherever you find yourself. You are priceless. Without you, things are not good. Let them feel your absence when you are not there, wherever you find yourself. Remember that you are priceless. God has equipped you to be able to support the man and the family wherever you find yourself. So make yourself priceless. Secondly, this woman was trustworthy. The Bible says her husband trusted in her. So that's another quality of the virtuous woman.
Priceless, trustworthy.
Yes. And then she's somebody who does good things. They said she does her husband good all the time. So she's a woman that does good things. She's not evil, you know, always planning behind people's backs, gossiping and doing evil to people.
And part of being good is maybe being nice to his family.
Yes, being
You
nice
know,
to his
his
family.
family,
We'll come
lots
to
of
that.
times not very easy.
Yes. Try and be a nice person, you know. Yeah, I know people who, they get married and then the family can't come near the man because the woman is not nice. So let's be nice, let's be good.
Okay.
And then she's not lazy. The Bible says she was willing to work and she worked diligently. She wasn't lazy. This idea of a virtuous woman is a housewife, and even the housewife, you're not doing much and you can't work outside. No, this virtuous woman was not lazy. She was hardworking. So another quality was she was industrious. So we see her doing business. You know, she was into real estate and doing all sorts of businesses. And then realize that she makes good decisions. So, I mean, thinking that a virtuous woman means that, oh, you are just
behind,
quiet.
You know, be in the shadow of your spouse.
You get me? And even in the office, you know, you can't make good decisions. This woman made good decisions. And her husband trusted her decisions. So being a virtuous woman doesn't mean that if, you know, your husband brings a decision that is wrong, you can't, in a nice way, point it out to him and suggest something better.
And I want to say, maybe the reason why the husband also trusts the decision of the virtuous woman is the fact that she does him good.
Yes.
So depending on your approach to your partner, it makes it easier for the person to be able to, you know, open up to you and listen to you.
Yes. And then we also learn that she is compassionate. They said she helps those in need. So a virtuous woman is a compassionate person, and she was always thinking about her household. So that's another quality of a virtuous woman. And she was a woman of taste.
Okay.
The Bible says
she had taste.
She had taste. She covered herself with nice clothing. Okay, so she took good care of herself. So a virtuous woman takes good care of herself, both spiritually, physically, emotionally. Take care of yourself. Don't just leave yourself. Oh, especially the married one. I'm married, so, you know, walking around with a cloth around your waist.
A lot of times we feel that, okay, the thing is, we are tired. We've come back home, but there's a lot of things to be done, so I can't just make myself look good. I need to tidy up. I need to feed baby. I need to, you know, do so many things. So that's why, okay, I have to forgive myself. I can't look good.
Your husband should also enjoy you. Okay, you should make your husband happy. So you should look good. Okay, don't walk around from morning to evening with rollers in your hair and all that. Okay?
Yes, we are noting it very well, Doctor. So we should not walk around with rollers in our
hair the whole day. So look good, dress up well, make sure you're not overeating, you are exercising, keep in shape. Okay, you don't always have to be wearing boo-boos and all that, you know, because you've had kids. So make sure that you are looking good. Look after yourself well.
Okay.
And then she looks for ways to earn income to support the family. So she's industrious.
Okay.
So that's another quality. And her husband is respected outside the home. Okay, so make sure your husband is, you know, well supported. So
yeah, of course, with all what you've actually outlined, if these qualities, you know, emanate from women, definitely people will find it a lot easier to respect the person's husband because she does so much good. She's organized, she looks, you know, good, she grooms herself well, even when she's talking in public, she's very careful, and I mean, everything about her is really nice.
And she makes sure when her husband is going out, he also looks good, you know, well presented. And he doesn't talk negative. Some women are always telling people about how bad their husbands are. You get me? So if you do that, your husband will not be respected outside. So this is not a quality of the virtuous woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we've been able to talk a lot about the virtuous woman and her qualities and the fact that she's able to wear different caps.
Yes. One last thing I want to say is she's not sharp-tongued.
Okay.
She's not sharp-tongued. The Bible says she's wise, she's kind. So the words that come out of your mouth as a virtuous woman is also very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
You see, I like the fact that you mentioned that she's not sharp-tongued because, I mean, in recent times, we hear the fact that men speak 1,000 words and women speak like 3,000 words in a day. And where did this come from? It means that a lot of us have become really sharp-tongued, that once the man says one, we're able to, you know, talk back in so many ways.
My husband always says, you know, with someone, by the time you say John 3:6, they've said it already.
So before we go on the next break here, I would like us to ask ourselves this question, because a lot of times you find women who, okay, are trying their best to have this virtuous character, but it looks like men are not attracted to them. Could it be that some things are not really balancing? So you mentioned about grooming and taking care of yourself. So sometimes you are soft-spoken, you are industrious, and for some reason, maybe your grooming is not the best. Maybe that's why, you know, the men are not attracted to you. But somehow, if you ask a lot of ladies, they feel that this virtuous woman that we are trying to project, I mean, men are not really attracted to that kind of woman. Would you want to say the contrary?
I think men are attracted to that kind of woman. I mean, this man in this story was praising his wife.
His wife.
Okay, so there must be something that she was doing right that was attractive to the man. So sometimes the way we talk to them, like I've said, or like the way we groom ourselves, okay, we don't make ourselves attractive enough. Or sometimes maybe the way we are excited about him, okay. My husband always says that every wife should have a little bit of Delilah in her. Okay.
Okay, yeah. A little bit of Delilah is not bad.
It's not bad.
He's your husband after all.
Yes.
I think that brings me to a point about how, you know, to attract our men to us. Because sometimes you find women talking about the fact that I think I'm so nice, I'm so prudent, I try to make him save, I don't want him to waste money, but I find him spending money on some people on the side. So how come with all the good things I'm doing and trying to make him not to, you know, spend so much, let's see how we can work things out, you find him spending money outside. So does it mean he doesn't like the virtues I've got? He doesn't like me being a virtuous woman? Why would he be spending on someone else?
Sometimes it's the way we do it. You see, a man doesn't want to marry his mother, somebody who will mother him, or somebody who is like a headmistress over his life. He's marrying his friend, okay? And sometimes women try to change men, you get men, and force our opinions down them. So I think it's the way we do it.
Okay.
The way we do it.
The way we do it. And maybe if we don't bring the Delilah part of us out very well, we need to amplify the Delilah part. All right, so we're going for another commercial break. When we return, the conversation continues. We'd like to find out from our Reverend here what she has to say or her counsel to a virtuous woman who is facing domestic violence in her home. When we return, do not go away. Welcome back to eTVGhana's African Women's Voices show. So before we went on the break, our Reverend Doctor was saying that as a woman, you need to bring out the Delilah side of you once in a while to, you know, your partner, and it also spice things up and keep him rather close to you. So let's all try that out. So then I said we need to ask her this question that is bothering us. A lot of women face domestic violence in their homes, and because of our faith, we want to stay in our marriages. We don't want people to speak against us. Our culture also doesn't look well at women who are no longer in their homes. So for faith reasons and for cultural reasons, they stay and things happen to them. So as a reverend minister, who is also a first lady of one of the fastest growing churches in Ghana, we would like to hear from her what her counsel will be to a virtuous woman who is facing domestic violence in her home.
I think if you're a virtuous woman or any woman at all and you're facing domestic violence in your home, I would say seek help immediately.
Okay, so seek help from
outside the marriage.
Okay.
Seek help immediately outside the marriage. Okay, don't say that, oh, you know, I don't want to embarrass my husband. I don't want anybody to know about it. We hear of many stories, You get me? People have stayed in it like that and they have lost their lives.
Very true.
Yeah. So find somebody you can confide in, okay? Maybe an older woman or a pastor or a mother, you know, a father, a family member you can trust, or a doctor, but seek help immediately.
What about maybe to the government institutions like DOFSU, people
Yeah.
who actually look into these things?
Yes.
They can also seek
You
help.
can seek help from there, okay? And in some cases, if it's so bad, you may even, you know, go out of the home while you seek help.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I wouldn't say that, you know, God hates divorce, so your life is in danger and then stay there and then
die?
no, and die? No, it doesn't work that way. So seek help. The man needs help, you get me? He will do something to you and then regret later, but then it will be too late. Especially if you have kids and, you know, something happens to you and you die and you leave your kids. So please don't stay in there. Seek help. Like we are saying, there's DOFSU, or talk to your pastor, or if you call a station like this,
yes,
they can get some help for you. We are all there to help. So make sure that you seek help.
Thank you very much. I think that is well noted and you know, well said. So you need to seek help if you're actually in a situation like this. Do not stay in it and die because you want to protect your children. You only need to be alive to take care of these children you're trying to protect. Okay, so seek help. You can also call eTVGhana Studios. We'll help to connect you with the right authorities to help you in that situation. So now, still on the conversation around in a virtuous woman, we had some of our audience asking us questions if mothers-in-law and sisters-in-law are all supposed to be part of this virtuous women. Reasons being that a lot of women right now are somehow skeptical when it comes to proposals. So if a man approaches them to, you know, for marriage, they begin to ask questions. Is your mother alive? And if the answer is yes, then that's the, you know, that's the person's cue to step back a little bit. People are afraid of what mothers-in-law are doing to daughters-in-law, how they want you to be, you know, perfect to a certain extent for their children. I would like you to please talk to mothers or sisters-in-law who are making life really difficult, you know, for women.
So, yeah, mothers-in-laws and sisters-in-laws can also be virtuous women. Okay, my mother-in-law is a virtuous woman. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I believe that mothers-in-laws can be virtuous women. You get me? And I would say to those who are giving their spouses trouble, it will get, or their family members trouble, like your brother and your brother's wife, a lot of trouble, it will get back to you some way. So stop it. It's not good to be unkind to someone else. And I would also say it's for the husband of that woman or the spouse to step up and fight for the woman. Okay? So in a marriage, if my family is misbehaving, I should stand up and fight them for my husband. And if my husband's family is misbehaving, he will stand up and fight for me. So, I mean, the men should also not allow their mothers and their sisters to misbehave. They should draw the line. Okay? Tell them, well, this is my wife. You either like her and then keep our relationship going, or I will cut you off. You get me? If you misbehave. Because if you just allow them to do anything, they will mess up your marriage, and it's not right. Yes, they've lived their life, especially the mothers, and it's now time for you to live yours. They cannot continue living their lives through you. So I would say if it's happening on the man's side, his family is misbehaving, please stand up and stop them from misbehaving if you want your marriage to continue. And if it's happening from the woman's side, because sometimes the woman's family too can be, you know, very troublesome. So you also stand up and stop your family from misbehaving. And the families too should give them a gap of respect so that they can, you know, enjoy their marriage without them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I was also going to look at this aspect of womanhood, looking at leadership.
Okay.
So for instance, people are yet to really accept the fact that a woman as a leader can take initiative or even give you directive, you know, at the office, at the workplace. People find it very, very difficult to take instructions from a woman leader. However, from what is happening around the world, we've gotten to see that countries that are being led by women have done really well in handling the pandemic. You know, so it means that women do really well when it comes to handling crisis.
Yes.
However, when we come to the workplace, we find that people don't really want to understand women taking such leadership roles. So what would you advise a virtuous woman who finds herself in a workplace? There's a crisis situation and she's trying to give directive and is like, okay, people still do not want to cooperate with her because they don't really understand the fact that, I mean, you are just a woman. Why don't you just keep quiet and let the men do the work?
Okay.
And even fellow women will also be saying the same thing. Ah, you're a woman. So wait, let those who know the thing come and do the thing for you. You know, what do we have to say around this kind of situation?
I think it's out of ignorance that some people behave like that. I mean, definitely wherever you are, you know, a woman in authority, you will get some of that. It's out of ignorance. Some men are chauvinists, so whatever you do to them. But if you are enlightened, you should know that, you know, women are equally as intelligent and, like you said, sometimes even more intelligent, and they can manage crises better than men. So it is for your own good if you accept what they have to offer. But I think if you have people around you who don't accept what you have to offer, a virtuous woman is strong. She's firm, she's courageous, so she can still be able to do what she has to do in those circumstances. So you assess the situation, okay, you see where the problem is, you see how you can solve it. I mean, if with the tools you have and the abilities you have, you think you can't solve it, look at those around you who you can, you know, get involved to solve that problem and then find ways of making sure that, you know, those problems will happen again. But I would say, like David did to his brothers who were, you know, when he was going to fight Goliath, they were looking down on him and thinking that he couldn't do it. The Bible says he turned aside. So sometimes just don't mind those people. Turn aside and do what. No, I've had that situation a lot. You get me?
Exactly. Being a chief medical officer
or
in
church. Sometimes, you know, you have resistance from people. You just find those who agree with you and work with them. And then when the thing is successful, come and see.
They'll all rally around as if they're all part of it. Anyway, I'm going to our Facebook page to be able to acknowledge, you know, people who are watching us right now. I see from MFA Jerry Kamfra, she says, enjoying the program, and she gave us a heart. Hilda Andrea Mingle says, Mommy D, God bless you for everything. Dansu Peter says, you are too sweet this evening, from Bubuashi. Then Sarah Nadede Amatego says, Mama Wakanda, we love you. In your name, Aplete says, Mommy D. Esther Owusua says, wow. Akwabwa Emmanuel says, today, dear, you day, pa. Annie Abe says, answers on points, pa. In your name, P. Aplete says, questions on point. Answers extremely accurate, and she's giving us, you know, the eyes with all the hearts, like she's really excited about what she's written out. Annie Abe says, absolutely, Mommy. And then Annie Abe comes again to say, Mommy D. And then I'm seeing a lot of people also sending their ways from across the world, as usual, because we are on Facebook. We get a lot of you from outside Ghana tuning in to actually watch us. And the first wave I'm seeing is from Madagascar. You're sending your wave. I see from Sri Lanka, I see from Australia, I see from Japan, Tokyo. Thank you all so much for all watching us from where you are, from Dubai, from Egypt, from Casablanca. Wow, thank you so much for sending in your waves. And I'm also seeing, as usual, from Nigeria, Abuja, Winsoka. Thank you. I see you all. Coming down to Ghana, I want to see my first wave. Usually those from the northern part of Ghana always win this. Let me see how it works this time around. Oh, unfortunately, we had a wave from Accra first. Thank you very much, Accra people, for sending in your wave. Then I see Northern Region, Volta Region. I see from Sunyani. I see from Axim. I see some waves from Laura. I see another one from Salaga. Thank you so much. Navrongo, you are sending in your wave. And across the entire country, we acknowledge your presence. We cannot acknowledge you all, but just know that from the depths of our hearts, we are so happy that you're connecting with us and you're enjoying the conversation. Wow, amazing. So, Mommy D is still around, okay? So the conversation still continues, but even though we'll be rounding up very soon, if you have any questions that you would like to ask her, please, we're going to open the phone lines, and then you can ask that question. If you're having a challenge, in your home, or with your partner, or with your spouse, or if there's anything you need counseling about, well, the good thing is that she's a first lady of a good church, so you can always talk to her even after now, and then she'll get to counsel you and lead you right. We'll go for another commercial break, which is the last one. When we return, I expect to hear you calling in and sending in some questions. Do not go away. And you're welcome back to eTV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. Unfortunately, our time is really flying and running so fast, but we'll try as much as possible to still ask some questions that we feel you want to ask, okay? And that has got to do with grooming.
Okay.
I'm so happy that she's a first lady of a church and also a medical doctor. So she gets to meet a lot of people, including women.
Yes.
So could you tell us, in your line of work, some grooming concerns that you've noticed about women that we need to be able to address? This is our show, and when we say things, it's just within us. So let's see how, we can improve on those areas if we have challenges there. Or sometimes you may feel that, okay, nobody's noticing, but it may not really be true. So let's tell ourselves the truth. So, Reverend Doctor, please tell us some of the grooming concerns that we really have to look out for.
Okay, so in my consulting room, sometimes I have to put off the air condition and open my windows.
You have to
put off the AC.
Wow,
yeah,
to open the window.
Somebody will enter, a woman, and the scent from the armpit
takes over the room.
It's bad. You get me? So then I say in my head, hey, men are suffering. Oh,
yes, because if the woman enters the room and the smell changes, what is the person having to deal with in the bedroom?
In the house, yeah. And then sometimes their hair, you get me, because they've kept it on for so long and they are not cleaning. You get me, and sometimes face not well kept, very oily, unclean. I don't think you have to have a lot of money to do these things. If you can't buy deodorant, you can get lime. You get me, and clean yourself with it. Sometimes, a bad breath.
Halitosis.
And sometimes even, not keeping the delicate parts, the private parts very well.
So in between the legs also. And I like it that you're saying it because, as a doctor, she gets to go to different parts of us when we come.
With
so you need to
and terrible ones, and you get me. Sometimes your husbands come with them complaining that, it's bad. So they are bringing them in. So, it's all about looking after yourself well.
The thing is that sometimes maybe our partners actually have noticed these things, but they feel that if they say it to us,
you'll be offended.
So they just keep quiet. And then you begin to find them distancing themselves from you, and you're wondering why. It's because he's just not able to deal with the breath that comes from the mouth. He wants to come so close, but something just moves him away. So we may be, trying to trivialize it or make it, seem like it's not too serious because it's just within us as women. But as the doctor has said, I think we really have to focus on it and not blame the men all the time, for probably staying away. this could also be part of the concerns that they are facing.
Yeah.
They are not able to deal with, you know, the fragrance that comes out, the mouth, the armpit, in between the legs, from the hair, and all of that. So let's try our best. And as Doctor has also mentioned, we don't really need so much money to be able to do this. If you've got your lime, you can help yourself. And, you know, bathing will also help.
Yes.
Because a lot of women also will not want to take their bath maybe in the night.
Yes.
You know.
And all that. And I'll say also, I mean, the truth hurts, but let's be so close to our partners that he's the one who can tell you the truth. You get me? So that he will not be afraid to tell you the truth when it comes to your grooming. Okay, so maybe if he notices that your mouth smells and he tells you, take it in good faith. Maybe you need to see a dentist, okay, because maybe you have dental caries, or maybe it's just because you're not brushing your tongue very well, or your upper palate, you see. So sometimes we should listen. We should listen to what they have to say. It will help us, and it will make our relationships better. Yeah. Nice.
So please, I've just been informed that the phone lines are active, and the number is right now at the page of the screen. It's 0555 65 7278. So please give us a call right away, okay? We need to hear from you. So, Reverend Doctor, so now that we've been able to address several issues that disturb women, and, you know, together we want to work towards being a virtuous woman. So now we have an understanding that the Proverbs 31 woman is not somebody that lived in the days of old.
No.
She's relevant today.
Yes.
So she can be career driven, but she finds a way to balance it.
Yeah.
So even though she's into her career, she still finds a way to also maintain her home, maintain her in-laws, maintain her husband. Wow. Being a virtuous woman is really interesting, because it's like your mouth. Yes. Yeah. That's a lot of things to take on. Women are really powerful. We're powerful.
Yeah.
So is it too late for somebody who probably didn't start right to decide to have a turnaround?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever too late. Okay, I think there are just a few steps you have to take to make sure that you can become a virtuous woman. I believe that we are all working towards it. I mean, God has just given us a picture of what a virtuous woman should be. And I think this thing happened, you know, in the woman's life at different stages of her life. Okay, because we see it all together doesn't mean she was doing all these together at the same time. You get me? There's a time when you have little children running around that you may not be able to do some of the other things that this woman was doing.
Okay, please hold that thought. I hear we have a caller. Hello, caller. Good evening.
Hello, woman. Hello.
So please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Antinado.
Antinado.
Yes,
Okay.
Mama, the dinner that is loving.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for calling in. So you want us to tell her that you love her? Okay. She's received
We
it.
love you, we love you, we love
Thank you. Love you too.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Then somebody also has put on the page saying, the Sentinel. So the person has got a question. He says, I'm really not comfortable with my wife's, he just wrote F, so maybe the fragrance.
Okay.
He's not comfortable with it, but he wants to know if there's a better way of saying it so that it doesn't really hurt.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, maybe if your wife is not the type that can take it straight, you can
maybe buy it for her. Like if you wanted to use the fragrance, you buy it as a gift, so that
you buy it as a gift. But you know, sometimes some of the fragrances, if you don't use the lime and deal with it first, and you go and put the fragrance on it, it makes it worse.
Okay.
It makes it worse. So you have to maybe honey her and tell her,
okay,
honey, you know, I really love you. Start from, you know, something nice, you see.
Right.
I'm just trying to say this to help you. I hope you don't get offended, but, you know, maybe people won't tell you outside. It's because I love you, that's how I'll tell you. If you use the lime a little, you know, for some time, it will help. Lime with ashes, You get me?
Okay.
Put it there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Director is alerting me that we've got just a few minutes to
Oh.
wrap up. So I'd like you to share your social media handles so that those who are not able to get through the call, because usually when we open the phone lines, it's always jammed.
Okay.
So some may want to reach out to you on Instagram, maybe to like your page and begin to follow you and all your messages.
Yes.
So please, if you can announce it to them right now.
Okay, so my Instagram is Dr. Davina Markwe.
Okay.
That's my Instagram.
Dr. Davina Marco, it's not
Markwe.
difficult at all.
And then you can also come and see me at church, Living
Okay.
Streams Ministries International. We are behind the trade fair, behind Zenith College. And our Instagram account is life_cathedral.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you so much for
Yes.
passing through. And we want to say we definitely will call you again
Okay.
because you see, our audience really liked you. So we want you to come back and tell us
All
much
right.
more
Okay.
about how to live a better version of us. So please, the repeat broadcast of this show is going to come up on Saturday at 12 noon on eTV Ghana. If you missed the beginning, don't worry. We're going to upload it on YouTube where you get to watch it again tomorrow. Or also look out for the watch party on the various platforms that it has been shared on. But particularly, you could go to eTV Ghana's Facebook page or to Living Streams Facebook page to be able to find it and, you know, enjoy the entire conversation. So until we meet again, do enjoy the rest of our interesting lineup for you. Bye-bye.